Have you ever had those matches in Marvel Rivals where no matter how hard you try, you just keep dying again and again?
Again! Again! Again!
Until your stats look like this. Essentially, you're throwing. But you don't want to lose, you don't want to let your team down, but you don't know who to switch to. Well, today, I'm going to talk you through the 5 best characters in Marvel Rivals right now who you can switch to, having no practice on them whatsoever, and still make a significant difference to your team, and turn your stats from looking like this to looking like this by the end of the match. So a lot of you may not actually know this, but Venom is actually the only 1-star Vanguard in the entire game. And there's a reason for that. If played correctly, he has infinite health.
Sorry, what?
So the way to do this is to make full use of his bonus health ability, but the key is to have your health as low as possible before you actually use it. If you see here on the base 800 health, if I activate the ability, it pops up to 900, but then dissipates really quickly. However, as you can see here, if your initial health before you activate this ability is really low, when you pop the ability, it actually jumps as high as over 1,000. So you're actually getting more usability out of this ability by using it when you're on lower health. So the way to make better use of Venom is once you've dived into a fight, hold on to this ability for as long as possible. So then when you activate it, you essentially get an entire second life to hold on to. Furthermore, if you then combine this ability with your ultimate move, for those of you who don't know, Venom's ult converts damage into even more health, and then from there, the cooldown of how quickly that then drops back down is significantly lower, meaning that by the time your ultimate health has gone back down, you can then reuse your extra health button again because its cooldown would have expired, and once again you can jump back up to even more health. By doing this, you can basically just keep Venom alive for as long as humanly possible. Now, obviously, in this scenario, I'm just fighting against Groots that aren't fighting back, but also I don't have any healers either, and what you would have noticed, by the time all that bonus health has gone away, I've actually got my ultimate again, and I'm back up to over 2,000 health by combining it with the bonus health as well. That's how you make effective use of Venom. The final thing to note about Venom is if you do run out of cooldowns like we have here, the best thing for you to do is then swing yourself back out of the fight, move yourself back to your healers and reset and then get ready to go again because that cooldown is so small. And I have to stress, I do mean just Dagger. Again, the point of this video is for you guys that have never used any of these characters before. You want a safe switch. The best way to make use of Cloak and Dagger for the first time using them is just to focus on Dagger. Use her healing ability to keep your team alive, and as you get used to using her abilities, then you can start looking at switching to Cloak at a later date. But basically, the reason why Dagger is so effective is because her healing moves have a lock-on ability. You can just keep spamming them over and over and over, and they will find your teammates to heal them. You can bounce them off the floor. You can bounce them off walls. You can throw them straight at your teammates, and it will literally lock onto them and heal them. And if you're within a close vicinity to them, or if any of your teammates are in a close vicinity of the person you are healing, you and your teammates will get additional healing from that ability as well. If you find yourself in trouble, you can just throw a bubble at your own feet to keep yourself alive as well, and you've got this amazing heal pulse move that you can use to keep multiple of your people alive. Not only that, these daggers are actually really good with dealing with flying characters such as Iron Man, Storm, and the Human Torch, so much so that the range on those daggers is way higher than the actual normal standard attack from Cloak. So if you are coming up against flyers, Dagger is a really useful character to switch to not only heal your team, but also put some pressure on those flying characters as well. And then finally, of course, the ultimate ability from Cloak and Dagger is so effective in actually controlling a point. You can fire it around a point, and whatever happens, you keep yourself in that streamline, and your team keep yourselves in the streamline of your ult, and they're going to be kept safe from the majority of damage coming their way for the time that that stream is in effect. Like I say, Don't worry about Cloak for now. Just focus on Dagger. All the clips going on in the background are from my most recent video where I've used Cloak and Dagger, so make sure you check that out if you want to see how I make full use of them. But yeah, really, really good option to go to. Just focus on Dagger for now. Your time with Cloak will come. Spray and pray, baby. Spray and pray. Except it's a little bit easier than Call of Duty or CSGO or whichever other shooters you want to play, because this gun has ridiculously fast reload and it has no recoil whatsoever, which means you can just stand in your backline next to your healers and just consistently fire bullets straight at your opposition heads because it has a crazy headshot multiplier, and you can just do it over and over and over again and deal constant damage to your opposition team whilst just standing safe with your healers. But not only that, what you can also do is on convoy maps like this, you can set your turret up within your own spawn at the start of the round, and you can just absolutely drill through your opposition team without them being able to hurt you, because if you're standing in your own spawn, you don't take any damage. And the best part of this is every single little bit of damage you're doing within your own spawn is charging up your ults. If you see here, we have only just left spawn, there's only been 10-15 seconds played, and we're already at 50% of our ultimate ability because we've just been able to do completely uncontested damage. And speaking of that ultimate ability, I'm sure you've come up against it enough times. Look how quickly you can just drill through your opposition's tanks with a move like this. It doesn't matter if they're getting healed. They go down to this move. This move is even strong enough to destroy some of the healers through their ultimate abilities as well. For me, this is a must-use character for anyone that has any experience playing any sort of shooter games in the past. He's really fun to use. You do an awful lot of damage with him. There's just one issue as to whether or not he should be your go-to choice. Now, this character is nuts. Pun intended. I mean, to be fair, what do you expect from the girl who single-handedly defeated Thanos? Essentially take everything I just said about the Punisher, but remove the need to aim. This is, in my opinion, the most skill-less attacking character in the entire game. Her ability to just output constant damage is unbelievable. And like I say, you don't even have to aim, because if you miss your target, the acorns bounce and then explode. Go back to that clip that I just showed of me using Cloak and Dagger earlier. You'll see one of the acorns explode next to me. Look how much damage it did to my health. That is from a character that is just firing acorns randomly at my team, misses my tanks, and it explodes next to me. Not only that, now look at how quickly her ult gets charged up with direct hits. Every direct hit with an acorn is 4% of your ultimate. That is crazy and means that you can summon your army of squirrels arguably as quick, if not quicker, than any other character in the game. And this ult, I'm sure you're all aware, is as broken as the character itself. These things just charge around like maniacs, can completely wipe an entire team on their own at times as well. What I would recommend, though, if you are using Squirrel Girl, is try and make sure you're always on the same level as the opposition that you're firing at. You can see here how much damage I am doing to their backline just by firing acorns at them on the opposite side of the map. This is the only game I've ever actually played on Squirrel Girl. I'm doing so much damage, I actually force Luna into her ult, and then I continue firing acorns down there, constantly doing damage, to the point where their opposing Venom actually starts hunting me down because I'm doing that much damage to the opposition team. And then these are the final stats I had at the end of that game. Like I say, this is the only game I've ever played on Squirrel Girl. I get 20 kills, 13 final hits, 13,000 damage in my only game, the most in the lobby. And because it got to the point that I was annoying their team so much, they started hunting me down to the point where they were committing too many people at me, which just left our Black Panther the opportunity to clean up their backline. She can be that annoying in the right hands, but like I said, you need to make sure you're staying on that same level, constantly firing damage at the opposition tanks, but in the knowledge that if you miss, you're still going to hit the backline with the bouncing acorns as well. This character is absolutely ridiculous. Like I say, the easiest attack-minded character in the game, but not quite the easiest character in the game outright. Now, if anyone else has done a list like this and hasn't put Rocket as the safest switch in the game, they're either lying to you or just don't understand how effective this guy can actually be. Because if you want to know how to be a good Rocket, here's how you be a good Rocket.
What am I?
God, don't mind me.
Invisible?
I'm just dying.
Much better.
Feel the pull!
That's all, folks.
So this is why Rocket is the safest switch in the game. All you have to do to be an effective Rocket is just use his healing ability. You don't even have to do anything else. All the other bits you can learn pretty quickly, but as long as you just keep holding that button or that trigger to activate his healing ability, he will just consistently heal the team. What's ridiculous about these orbs is they find your actual teammates. You don't have to aim them at your teammates. The orbs will find your teammates. But not only that, the orbs will also heal yourself. And if enough people are grouped together, one orb can heal multiple people at the same time, if not the entire team all at once. Furthermore, these orbs are getting buffed in the Season 2 patch. So not only is Rocket already the easiest character in the game to spam heals with, his heals are about to get even better as well. On top of that, you then have his team-ups. You see here that we're playing with Punisher, we're playing with Bucky. Sadly, we're about to lose the Winter Soldier edition for this actual usage, but what Rocket can do is he can drop infinite ammo to the Punisher to mean that his attacks get even better. So we know how good Punisher already is from this video already. Well, now we can give our Punisher infinite ammo as well as constantly spamming heals on him as well. Then you have his ultimate, which you've also just seen in this clip, which is an amplifier. The amplifier boosts the damage of all the characters standing next to it. And again, in the Season 2 buff, his amplifier is also going to give an extra 100 health to everyone standing in it as well. And then the final two reasons why I think he's the easiest character in the game to use is firstly because he's so damn hard to hit. He is by far the smallest character in the game. So you've actually got to be incredibly accurate or incredibly lucky to even hit Rocket in the first place. So if you're playing as Rocket, your survivability chances go up a lot higher as well. But then finally, since you already know the only thing you need to do with Rocket is just hold the heal button, I can tell you the usage of one of his other abilities as well, which is the armor pack, which you're about to see me throw out here. What this does is anyone that picks up one of those shields gets an additional 25 health, but it also brings back the first person who dies in a fight, which can be pivotal to winning those crucial crunch points. If you've got someone coming back quicker than the opposition has someone coming back, you can flip a fight in your favor, and Rocket just does that. So all you have to do as a Rocket player is on your way into a fight, just chuck one of those out of the way where other teams can't find it, and then just spam heals. And then to go one step further still, if you're lucky enough to be able to get teamed up with a Groot, well, just sit on his shoulders and watch what happens, because you get damage reduction, Groot gets damage reduction, and from the top of his back, you can just continue to spam those heals. I'll leave a link to a video I posted the other day where it was just me playing on Groot's back, and essentially we were the reason we won the entire round. Rocket, by far the easiest character in the game. You don't need any skill to learn how to use him whatsoever. His link-ups are some of the best in the game as well. His ult is one of the most useful in the game. All in all, just the absolute best character to switch to in the entire game. And there you have it. Those are my picks for the top 5 safe switches in Marvel Rivals. If you're struggling in a match, give one of these characters a go. Let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments section below. Let me know anyone you think I've missed off this list, because I'm genuinely curious who other people turn to in certain situations. As always, thank you very much for watching. Drop a like if you've enjoyed it. I'll see you very soon.